logical basis for this core belief. What are some ways that you know of to help tackle this issue? It's not exactly a conscious thought I have. It's just the way I feel about myself running in the background throughout the day. I'm so sorry, Hazel. I'm so sorry. Shame is what makes us self-sabotage, make bad choices, allow people to hurt us, right? And if we don't fix this shame, well, we'll never have a life. We can't. We can't, because we don't believe we're worthy of it. Shame it affects our self-worth. It's what lowers our self-worth, right? You can measure this through boundaries. I told you not to do that. You're okay. You're going to do it anyways. All right. I mean, it's just, I guess I'm not worthy enough, right? So first, Hazel, I'm glad you're talking to somebody. Let's understand where the shame came from, if you can. That's a great way to start, right? So you can look at some of these individual specific incidences and experiences and try to really understand them. And we do this with compassion for people and ourselves, okay? We do this with empathy and try to understand how the people felt that hurt us. When you're ready. We might be so angry and we are not ready to understand this yet. But when you are, Hazel, we talk and talk and talk. Everything that hurt us and we don't understand very well causes shame. Okay? And so the more that we can understand it, the less shameful we are of it. The more that we get it out, right, and share with other people, the more it goes down and goes away. The more we keep it inside, it's a secret. Secret is shame. Remember that, guys. You have a problem, you feel bad about something, you're not telling anybody, shame, okay? So sharing really, really helps this. It helps us not feel so lonely. And you will start to understand this just by talking about it, typically. And especially you go to talk about it with a professional who can point out what was going on. That's something I like to do with clients. And we talk about, you know, maybe a client will tell me something that happened in their relationship a month ago. And then I can maybe show them, hey, do you see how this happened in childhood too? And they'll go, oh, wow. And then maybe we can help understand your parents and why your parents did these things. Not just that they're bad or anything. No, just they didn't know, they didn't understand. They were abused and neglected like this, probably worse in their childhood, things like this. And we heal from it. We heal from it. What you can also do now, Hazel, is start really being aware, conscious, that your subconscious, yourself, is always asking you if you are worthy of better, if your life is more important than what you're doing or the choices you have to make so you make the best choice. In what you do and how you answer this will measure your self-worth, will raise your self-worth. Self-care, things like this. I have a lot of supplements I'll tell clients to take. Ordering them, taking them, raises your self-worth, okay? Boundaries are a measure of your self-worth. And fake it till you make it, right? Somebody hurts us or is bothering us, and it's hard for us to tell them to stop. We're afraid of hurting their feelings. We're afraid of their reaction. Might be aggressive or violent back to us. We don't feel worthy of saying stop. But if we do it anyways, and we do it in a way that we're okay with, that was respectful, it best says who we are, it feels good, it raises our self-worth, and it becomes easier and easier and easier, okay? So think of every single thing you're about to do, every choice you make, Hazel, in what would be the best way to do it, what would be the best choice for you, not somebody else, you, and what would be the best way to do it, right? So say somebody hurts my feelings. Say I have a sister who disrespects me, who insults me, who, in just one incident, right? She sent me some text messages, say, and got angry at me and started disrespecting me, insulting me, judging me, and abusing me, right? And I want her to stop. And that's my self-worth. I will not take this. I will not allow this person to do this to me. So I tell her, you're never allowed to do that to me ever again, right? And that right there raises my self-worth. But I also do it in a way that best says who I am. So I value respect, honesty, things like this, okay? Integrity. So when I address my sister, even though I'm upset or hurt or angry or all these, I don't lash out. I don't judge her and label her. I don't say, you're a narcissist. I don't say you're disgusting. I don't say you're stupid. I don't say you're emotionally unintelligent. No. I say, what you said to me hurts me. And you're never allowed to do that again. Please don't contact me. I don't think we can ever work this out. Or something to that effect. Putting it on my terms. And this is why revenge doesn't work, guys. You're mad at someone for being a piece of shit, and then you go be a piece of shit. It doesn't work. Trust me. You're mad at you're upset somebody hurt you, and then you hurt them back. It doesn't work. It's like cancels each other out, and it feels like crap, and we don't know who we are now, and now we feel less stable. No, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be honest, and say that hurt me, and I'm never gonna allow you to do that again. I think that you hurt people. I think that you're okay with it, and I think you'll always do it again. So I'm going to protect myself by not allowing you to do that to me again in my life. And you see, it feels amazing out of such a horrible, abusive, toxic situation that may cause you anxiety and angst and stress, and you stopped it. You raised your self-worth, and you did it in the best way that says who you are, even while that person treated you badly. I cannot explain to you enough how good something like that feels. Okay? I hope that helps. Good luck. It'll take time, Hazel. But as long as you believe you're worthy of healing from this, you will. Okay? Thanks. Okay, next one. MN Girl 1980. David, love the information your channel provides. Your channel has helped me in my healing journey. I'm from Ontario, Canada. Hello. Could you provide more information on narcissistic mother traits and give examples of what to look for? I hope I did a couple of questions ago. Go back and watch that. So a parent gives 100% of their attention to the child. And a parent doesn't need, this is a young child. The parent loves the child unconditionally. And the child doesn't need to know what's going on with mom. Meaning take any attention away from the child. So I'm not going to talk about my medical issues. I'm not going to talk about I have a hysterectomy next month, scheduled. I'm not going to talk about that dad's losing his job and we lost money, that we have house repairs we can't fix and we might lose a house. And no, you don't know any of this stuff. We don't fight in front of you. None of that stuff. All attention put on you. And all the mom cares about is what you need, what you want, how you feel, what you value, and your opinion. If your mother doesn't value any of these things, it's narcissistic. Okay? Taking the attention off you. So now mom gets you. She displays emotion like crying and worry and upset and anger so that you feel that mom's more important, her feelings are more important, and you stop expressing yourself. So narcissistic mom won't ask you how you feel, what you want, what you need, what's your opinion. She'll tell you how you feel. Why are you so angry? Oh, you're so bitter. You're so this, you're so that. We can't tell someone who they are. So we don't tell even a child how they feel. We ask, we listen. What's your body doing? Start making them more aware of your emotions and body instead of be quiet, shut up. Told you to shut up. Stop complaining. Stop crying. I'll give you something to cry about. I had a bad day. Why do you have to be so happy? I'm in a good mood. Why do you have to bring me down? All the attention on the mom instead of the child. Now, as the child gets older and is an adult, we don't unconditionally love children anymore. So if you're asking me at 28 years old, what are signs of a narcissistic mom? That is for when you're a child. So they're not going to totally be this, give you this much attention at 28. Right? And never tell you they're having any problems anymore. They're going to start, hey, dad lost his job and we're going to lose our house and have to move into an apartment. These are the things that they're going to start telling you and sharing with you. And they're not going to love you unconditionally anymore because it's not okay to yell at mom anymore like you did when you were a kid and they still loved you. No, hey, I still love you, but you can't yell at me anymore. You're not allowed to come over here anymore. Stuff like this. You got to go. And with things they wouldn't hopefully say to you as a child. So Mom is more important. Narcissistic mom is more important. What she needs is more important than what you need. What she wants, more important than what you want. Won't listen, won't give it to you, doesn't care, doesn't ask. Mom's feelings are more important. Remember, they're louder. I'm crying, and then you reassure mom everything's gonna be okay, or you just don't tell mom that you had a bad day. You don't bother asking for something you need. You wanted to run home and share with mom how good you did on the test, right? And mom's crying, having a bad day. Mom's high on drugs. Mom's drunk, right? Mom's with some strange man till the next day tomorrow. Mom's locked herself in her bedroom, sad, depressed. Where's the attention, right? On my emotions. Is mom giving me what I need? So one way to do this is to look up your emotional needs. Look at what emotional needs are. And hopefully your parents were meeting at least 10 of those for you. And if not, if you're really, really insightful and honest with yourself and realizing that your parents weren't meeting these, they're narcissistic. Okay? And again, it doesn't mean the disorder. It's behaviors. Very, very different. All right? Let me know what you think. Thanks. So, Simon from Sheffield, United Kingdom. Hello, Simon. You said you've been using ashwagandha because of my recommendation. It's been a game changer. That's great. Something I recommended a couple weeks ago. I'm finding being creative and being mindful of my own needs, wants, and feelings helps to some degree. Yeah, we have to. Would you say that unhealthy cravings during social isolation can get worse as our emotional and social needs are not being met? And is this an increasingly common problem given current events? Totally, totally. If I'm understanding your question correctly, if we're isolating and our emotional needs aren't being met and we aren't being social, can my cravings, unhealthy cravings, get worse? So the best way, yes, and the best way I can explain that is we have our true authentic self, let's say inside, that has emotional needs, that's very social and things like this. And then we have our physical self, right? Our body, our brain, who's not really our true self, just our body, just our brain. And our brain has thoughts that we don't really control and that we don't really accept. It's not really us all the time. Bad thoughts, we challenge, stuff like this. And then we have emotions, the way we feel, which are our true self. And we do accept these and listen to these. And so hopefully we guide our life and navigate and make choices and do things for who we are, not what we are. Narcissists neglect who they are and they only care about what they are. They don't care who you are, just what you are. They don't care how you feel, only what you do. Narcissistic parenting. Perfect. Narcissistic parents put all the emphasis and attention on what you do, whether it's good or bad. Don't give a crap how you feel or who you are. Okay? Who cares what you do? That's judgmental, period. You put so much stress on what somebody does, I don't care if it's good or bad, it's judgmental. It is. This is, religion kind of does this. Okay? Religion will say, the further you get away from yourself, which is your spiritual self or God, the more we're open to temptation. And that's our brain. Okay? Think of the crisis last year. That's still going on, right? And people started hoarding toilet paper and alcohol and bleach and stuff and just screwing everybody else. Who cares about society? Okay? They lost a sense of who they are and they started buying into this. Okay? The people that were comfortable and not worried and not scared, they didn't listen to this. This didn't take over and tell them all kinds of crazy stuff that they started reacting to, and they reassured themselves and say, I got what I need. I got my family. I got my friends. I'm happy. Right? So as we isolate and get away from society, we start listening to this more. We can. And this is depression. These are our loud thoughts, our inner critic. Right? And we can be more susceptible and react to this, buy into our fears, our anxiety, start worrying. Okay? People that worry are doing that. Acceptance is a huge part of it, but very, very common. Yes. And people that, I've said before, the symptoms of depression can actually be the cause as well. So a big symptom of depression is withdrawing from society. And the more you do that, the more you'll be depressed. Okay. And the more we do that, we tend to be more impulsive and compulsive and make bad decisions and start maybe addictions on how to cope, stuff like this. Okay. The more unstable we will become, and we can start making bad choices and quitting our job and moving real quick and ending relationships and starting bad and toxic new ones, all kinds of that. Hope that answered your question. Thanks, Simon. Let me know. Thanks. Next one is from Victoria from the Bay Area. David, I met my ex-narcissist when I was 16 years old. I remember the night I broke up with him. About 3 in the morning, I could see my dad's van on fire. I never tried again to break up with him. Is this trauma bonding? And if you're watching this, Victoria, and you don't know already, I made a video 2 days ago, Saturday, about trauma bonding. And I even read your questions. So I devoted a whole 10-minute video to your question. I hope you see that. Anybody else that wants to know more of my answer, just go back on Saturday on the video I made to answer this. That's not the typical way the term is used. I'm not saying that you and your boyfriend didn't bond over that traumatic experience or anything, but the way the term is used is different. And I really dove into the perfect example of trauma bonding. Not perfect, but very extensive, detailed example of trauma bonding. I truly believe, and a lot of people don't understand this, trauma bonding really starts with your initial traumas and neglect in childhood. Okay? People that weren't abused and neglected in childhood do not get into these dependent, trauma bonding, dramatic relationships. Okay? This is a direct result of both people in that trauma bonding, whether it's a narcissist and a victim. They're both neglected in childhood, so they were both traumatized. And that's where the trauma bonding begins. Very hard to understand, I know, for some people. But keep asking me questions, and I'll keep trying harder to explain that. But I did in a video Saturday. Let me know what you think, Victoria. Thanks. Hi, David. Deb from England. Hello, Deb. I'm 3 years no contact, and I'm feeling a lot better. It's been really hard. And I've put a lot of effort into my recovery. My new friends at work ask me why I have no picture of my Facebook profile. I just want to be free, but I'm worried this will spark a Hoover. If he sees I'm doing better, should I let him hold me back? Thank you for all you do. I can't tell you what to do, Deb. And I don't want to, and I'm not going to try. So we go by how it feels, Deb. And just advice, don't do anything or not do anything because of him. Everything you do is because of you, Deb. If you're really concerned that this will make him try to come back in your life right now, then maybe we won't do it. I get this all the time. These really trauma bonded, dependent, codependent relationships that end. And I'll get somebody that says to me, David, 6 months later, I got to drive by his house to get to my work. And I could take a different route, but he'll know. He'll know the day I stop driving by his house, he'll know that I'm not doing it because of him. And I don't know what he'll think. He'll think this and that. So I keep driving by his house, even though it causes me a ton of anxiety. And by the time I get to work, I'm about to have a panic attack. But I'm not going to stop because he'll think that I'm Jesus. No. Who cares? That relationship is over. We're not going to know what he thinks anymore. And who cares? We don't care about him. That means we don't care what he wants and needs and how he feels anymore. Okay? Or his opinion. If driving by his house stresses you out, there's no real point to do it. You're doing it for him. Stop driving in front of it for a little while. Drive around it. Okay? Until eventually you feel better and it doesn't cause you that much anxiety to drive in front of it. And then hopefully as we drive in front of it, it lowers and lowers and lowers because you see that your brain sees that you're okay. But this is trauma and your brain's saying this is trauma and you keep making it worse driving by it. I'd advise not to do it, but we got to go by with what you think, Deb, okay? That's why it never works for anybody to tell anybody what they should do. So if it feels really bad, maybe don't do it. And who cares what he thinks, what he says, how he feels. I hope you don't hear that. I hope you don't, I hope you have 10 people always telling you what he says and what he thinks. Okay? This relationship's over and we're going to start taking care of ourselves now, Deb. Thanks. The Pope said something on my channel. Wow. I do think that being aware of stuff makes us better people. Wish others could grow, too, with self-awareness. That's the disorder, and their choices, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, really, this is emotional intelligence. And we're not born with it. So we hopefully learn a lot from our parents, but we've got to, start learning from our own experiences and start growing emotionally. And we're all in different paces and places, right? And we have to try to be accepting and compassionate, right? And use empathy to understand that even though we're all equal, we're just all different. We're all doing different things and value different things and feel different things. And we're in different places in our journey of life, okay? And maturity is understanding this and accepting it. That saying, knowledge is power, couldn't be more incorrect. It's just, it's such a false statement, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that know a whole bunch and they don't have any power. They're not doing anything with it, right? So awareness can be very powerful. To know exactly who I am and what I need and what I want and how I feel and what I value, in my opinion, to know these things really, really well will serve you the best in life. Nothing better. Nothing better. Thank you, Pope. Emily from South Africa. Hi, David. Are there perhaps more soft skills? Like, for example, when people are angry, they are not necessarily angry at you, and you aren't obligated to do something to regulate their emotions? Yeah. Go by your emotions, okay, especially with anger, and see how it makes you feel, okay? That's really important, Emily. So if someone's making you feel bad, we got to stop it. And either that's leave the room or ask them to please stop yelling, because people have emotions and then behaviors are different. So we accept, just like we accept our emotions, we accept other people's emotions. I get it, you're totally angry, but you banging around instead is making me really scared. It's got to stop or I'm out, okay? And that's a soft, nice way to say it, right? And just what I always say to people, and I can't think of 3 words that work better, and it's just, I'm sorry. You're not taking it on as you did it. You're just empathizing, maybe sympathizing even, showing some compassion. I'm sorry. Sorry you're so angry. I'm sorry that person did that to you. Makes you so angry. I did. I'm sorry you're so angry. And then you have more. So I'm just going to go on. And you say, it's just for a long time I thought I had to please everybody. When someone was upset about something, I would internalize that and think I did something wrong. And that's narcissistic parents you had, Emily. Okay? They raised you so that you always do what they want. Oh, no, you don't like when I do this? And you watch, and then, oh, should I try this? Oh, that made you happy. Okay, then I'll keep doing this. And all the attention's on mom and dad, how they feel, what they want, what they need. Horrible. For the longest time, I tried to get my dad's attention and empathy, but I never felt like he really wanted to. I'm glad I'm doing that. No, he needed it. That's codependency. Your parents are codependent and were dependent on you and needed you to be there for him. Give him attention. Maybe even, it's okay, Dad. I'll go achieve something great for you. And that's all you probably talked about. You couldn't wait to get home maybe once, twice in your life and tell him how something you did, right? Now am I okay, Dad? How I feel is not okay to you. What I need, what I want is unimportant. What I did. I also act a bit cautious around people in general, like I can never fully relax and I have to act submissive. Or if someone argues at me, I get really defensive. Yeah, it's never been okay to express yourself, right? I don't feel worthy of asking for what I want and what I need and telling them and stuff like this. And then when I do, I feel too vulnerable. I'm not worthy. I'm not equal, right? So anything as the child that you do for mom and dad, right, is good, Emily. Good girl. You're a good person. Anything you do for you and yourself, and you should start complaining and saying what you want and what you need, you're selfish. Bad. You're selfish. Shame on you. I'm bad. I'm not worthy of asking for what I want and need to get it. Why even ask? And you're just constantly waiting to see how to react to other people to hopefully get what you want and need, but you don't. So we got to learn a different way to do that. I found your video about emotions really helpful. Good. Thank you. I think you have one more. Something you said. I think my mom would also manipulate me to a degree and treat me like a child. I would always lose something if I didn't immediately do what she wants. She would always say, let someone else walk first. Or your dad didn't mean it. Whatever, your dad abusing you, he didn't mean it. Go apologize to your dad. Yeah, that's great. And then you grow up and then you go to a therapist. Not all therapists, but you go to a bad therapist who tells you, oh yeah, you should have done what your parents told you. Yeah, go tell them you're sorry. And they just totally concrete and solidify this illusion that your parents are great and better than you, and you just always do this for other people. It's awful. Go apologize to your dad for abusing you. Take these plates before it falls, or I can't help you now. I'm making food for the family. You don't want everyone to go hungry, do you? Well, that's okay. But when she was all done, did she come up to you and say, okay, now I'm ready to be there for you? No, right? Yeah. Yeah. Didn't care to give you much attention. I'm sorry, Emily. And you had some more. Here. What is confusing is that she is sometimes like this and other times not. So does that mean she is only sometimes a narcissist and other times not? No, it doesn't. And that's a great question, Emily, because I get that so much, man. And you guys all know, right? She was so sweet, wouldn't hurt anybody. But man, you know, when you made her mad and she got drunk or something, she was just a monster and beat you up. And then the next day, so sweet and soft and nice. So which one is she? Right? Oh, he's so caring and thoughtful and gives me all these great things that I love and ask for. He just so impresses me, amazes me. But then other times you go to a party, he just ditches me for some girl and tells me it's all my fault and abuses me all the way home. Which one is he? All of it. All of it. People are multifaceted. There's so much to people, aren't there? That's why it takes a long time to get to know somebody. Especially people who have an unstable sense of their own self. And that's what you're saying here. People that really know me, they'll say David's always like this. Doesn't matter if David's drinking alcohol. It doesn't matter if David didn't get enough sleep. It doesn't matter if I pissed David off or somebody else pissed David off. David's always nice, respectful, communicative. Stable. Not always. Now I am. Stable. Stability. We've got emotional stability, and we have our own sense of our own self, or a stable sense of our own self. And people like this just aren't, right? You hear people say this all the time. You guys have, and we've all not been ourselves, you know. That's not like me. I'm usually not like that. This isn't me. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I got so drunk. Someone made me so upset. I just reacted poorly. And that's somebody, we lost a sense of ourselves, right? We're in an abusive relationship with somebody who neglects what I need. So I lose myself because I didn't get what I needed. I didn't get what I wanted. And it feels so bad. I try to ignore it and numb it. My values are respect and honesty. I wasn't like that with myself. And then eventually I abused them too. I hit them back. I started telling them they're a piece of shit as many times as they told me, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're fat. You keep saying I'm fat, you're fat. And now here, totally lost who I am. Okay? And so now I'm unstable and I'm a total asshole one night, but the next day I'm a nice guy. Who is this? Who was that asshole last night? That was me. And I better confess and I better take ownership and own that crap, take some accountability, responsibility, and change it. But what does the narcissist say? Oh, that's just the bad part. That's just the bad me. That's not me. That's just, or you made me do this. You made me like that. And you get what I'm saying, I hope. Thanks, Emily. And that is all the questions. I've got a poem I want to leave you guys with. This is something that helped me during my bad times and my good times. I'm going to try not to be emotional when I read this. I really like it. Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be from my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my life. I am the captain of my soul. It helped me. I think it's some amazing words put together really well. We all have our own meaning or what this means to us, but the last two lines, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. And it's true for everyone, every one of you. And we're adults now, and we are our own parents, and we decide who we are and where we are going and what we do. Nobody else, okay? Don't let anybody else do that to you. Don't let anybody else have that power and control over you ever again, okay? You start parenting yourself and loving yourself and start taking your life where you want it to go, okay? The things that happen to us do not define us, but more what we choose to do with them, okay? Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. Please keep asking questions. You can support me by voting up or down and just comments down below. Let us know where you're from, your locations. Please tell us where you are. You can put this in a playlist or share this with somebody else, okay? And subscribe to my channel. And anybody else that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. Thank you, all of you. Love yourself first.